What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Bull Combo. I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, I'm going to be coming at you guys with yet another weekly Metaverse update video, but before we get started, just a couple things to get through. Number one, I just wanted to give you guys a huge thank you for being patient with me last week. I know I didn't post a video. For those of you that didn't see or didn't hear from the previous video, I was on vacation in Florida, took some time to rest my brain, rest my body, kind of just step away from the grind that has been life for the past couple years. So thank you guys very much for being patient with me. I didn't document everything on the trip, but I did bring my camera along with me. So I'll leave you guys here with a quick little highlight of the trip. So like I said, guys, thanks again for being so patient with me. It was really nice to take some time away here, and I feel rested and kind of ready to jump back into this and bring you guys that coverage. So this week I have a few things to get through. I'm going to do my best to get through them as quickly as possible, so I might not elaborate on all of them as much as I normally do. And as always, if you want to jump to a specific part of this video, if you want to get to a specific update, you can use the timestamps down below in the description to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be kicking this week off with Cisco Systems, owner of Webex. So Cisco has just announced Webex Holograms. Webex Holograms is going to combine rich Webex meeting functionality with immersive 3D holograms. It's going to be leveraging augmented reality to close the gap between virtual and in-person collaboration. And this real-time photorealistic holographic experience will aid remote training and problem solving. So this is Cisco's entry into the augmented reality or virtual reality meeting space. We've already seen this go on with Mozilla Firefox. We've seen talks of Zoom looking into this. A little bit later in this update, I'm going to be getting to some of the things that Facebook just announced. So lots of these augmented reality or virtual reality style meetings popping up here. I think we're going to see a lot more of these in the future. Obviously, this is just a really cool concept. I think this is really going to take business meetings, family meetings, just regular calls to a whole new level. Being able to have some level of presence aside from just a voice or a picture goes a really long way. And even something as basic as a three-dimensional avatar really does add a more visceral experience to a conversation. So really curious to see how Webex Holograms is implemented. I know I've used Webex in the past for work and for pleasure, so curious to see how it's used, the ease of use, some of the benefits maybe of having this type of meeting experience. But all in all, very cool things coming out of Cisco Systems with the Webex Holograms. Star Atlas. It's been a quiet few weeks for the Star Atlas platform. Well, they kind of burst onto the scene with a bang and sold millions of dollars worth of their ships. And while they have been consistent in their communication, there hasn't been too many major changes lately. Well, that all changed this week with the release of the Star Atlas roadmap. And we got our first chance to take a glimpse at what the Star Atlas team is working on. And we got to see some estimated timeframes on when we can expect some of these things to be released. And it looks like the first portion of the Star Atlas game experience is going to come out here in the next month, followed by releases and updates up through mid-2022. So it looks like a majority of this experience should be available by next year. That said, they are still working on some of the higher-end UE5 level features, the Unreal Engine 5 level features. But there will be some game mechanics rolled out here in the near future to give users something to do within the platform and something to enjoy while Star Atlas works on the full release of this game. Star Atlas's concept revolves around space exploration, resource generation, shipping, and the logistics that encompass that. If it's successful, Star Atlas may end up being the first AAA title in the blockchain gaming space. And I don't need to tell you how big that would be for blockchain gaming or for play-to-earn gaming in general. So I'm really going to be keeping a close eye on Star Atlas over the next few months because I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more news coming out here. Nevertheless, it's very exciting and encouraging to see the roadmap shared with us in such a transparent and informative way, and I think this is just signs of some of the more positive things we're going to see come from this platform. The Sandbox. Things are starting to pick up again on the Sandbox. The Creators Fund Halloween collection of NFTs have started hitting the metaverse. Make sure to jump into the market and see if you can get yourself one of those. There's a bunch of different drops coming from a bunch of different creators and artists, all Halloween themed, obviously, to kind of coincide with the holiday here. I imagine we're going to see some more release over the next few days, so if you didn't get a chance to jump in on some of the sales that are already there or already ended, make sure to keep your eyes peeled for some more of those sales to go live. If you're looking for ways to keep up with that information, you can find it in Discord or by following the official Sandbox Game Twitter. Additionally, the Sandplay Vox Edit contest is closing this Sunday, so to enter, you need to create a sports-themed sandbox asset and enter it in the competition. It ends on Sunday, so you make sure to get your asset or your entry submitted by then. Also, the Hacker Noon Gaming Metaverse Writing Contest is also still live. So to enter this, you need to write about your favorite blockchain game, gaming metaverse, game development, NFT, or play-to-earn platform or concept. And you could win up to $2,000 in sand. A few final updates here. Looks like YouTube videos can now be added to land or estate details on the metaverse map. So now you can show off the trailer for your awesome land experience right on the map itself. I think this is going to be very useful and very beneficial for people that are trying to get people to join their land or come to their experience. Being able to have a trailer play when someone clicks on your land within the metaverse map, I think that could be huge for pulling people into your experience and really just kind of creating exposure for what you've created. So a very cool quality of life improvement from the Sandbox. And a final update here just regarding the Sandbox Bootcamp. If you haven't already registered for the Sandbox Bootcamp, make sure to register. There are still slots available. By registering and by taking this course, you become Sandbox certified, which not only means that you're certified to create a wide variety of things within the Sandbox platform itself, but you also receive an NFT stating that you're Sandbox certified, that you can place in a land that you create. I think that's very cool, and I do believe that this certification could have a ton of value, especially as metaverses like the Sandbox start to expand and we see new roles and new job opportunities arising from that. So if you're not familiar with the Sandbox, or even if you are and you want to bolster your skills, make sure to register for the Sandbox Bootcamp. Meta. Facebook has a new name. The Facebook parent company has rebranded as Meta. While the social media platform will remain labeled Facebook for now, CEO Mark Zuckerberg did reveal quite a bit about Meta's plans moving into the future. I'm not going to discuss the entire update because it was an extremely long press conference that was put on. It was well over an hour of just Zuckerberg talking about different things. But I think the highlights here would be Horizon Home, which we knew Horizon was being worked on for quite a while now. I've shown videos of Horizon in many of my Facebook Metaverse updates. I think we've just seen a little bit more information on exactly what Facebook's doing with Horizon. So it looks like what initially started as Horizon is kind of being split up into different areas or different spaces. The first being Horizon Home. And it sounds like Horizon Home is going to give you the ability to create a home style experience or to specify your home experience when you put on your Quest headset. Right now, if you've utilized the Quest 2, you'll know that there is already a home available. Basically, you can choose from a set of pre-created home environments. And they do look very immersive and very cool. But it sounds like they're going to let users create their own home environment soon, which I think is going to add or just create a new level of engagement and customization within the Quest that we haven't quite seen before. Now, on top of Horizon Home, they also announced Horizon Worlds. And Horizon Worlds looks like it'll probably play off of a lot more of what we've seen of Horizon thus far. And that will be game experiences, land experiences, basically worlds. Facebook is giving people the ability to create these digital worlds and probably what is one of the more robust examples of what a metaverse could look like in the near future. Now, I know there's a lot of concerns regarding the fact that this is Facebook that's doing this right now, and they've had privacy concerns. And privacy advocates have been, kind of hammering away at this idea for a while now. And I agree that it's probably not as promising just because it's coming from Facebook. But we definitely have to look at it from an unbiased perspective and just see that this is signaling a huge shift in technology. And while Facebook is probably not the ideal company for many to be doing this, it's still required that somebody do it. So hopefully this just sparks a whole wave of creativity that can kind of eventually replace Facebook, and we just have and whole internet of metaverses or metaverse-style experiences that all interact and coexist with each other. Zuckerberg wrapped up the press conference by mentioning Facebook's brand new augmented reality glasses that they're still in the process of working on. We don't know too much about the glasses right now, although we do know that they're pretty well along in their development, and it sounds like they're trying to bring a true immersive augmented reality experience to the masses. Now, they did go on to show an example of what some of these features might look like, but obviously this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we can expect once augmented reality hits the consumer level. And I think over the next couple years, we're going to witness a huge shift in that level of technology. Overall, it's just really interesting and intriguing to see companies like Facebook taking the metaverse so seriously. And in turn, it's going to push other companies to do the same. And I have a feeling that while Facebook's the first one to do it, we're going to have a lot of options here in the very near future. Decentraland. The Metaverse Festival wrapped up in Decentraland last week. The festival saw appearances by Paris Hilton and deadmau5. Yes, it's deadmau5 and not deadmau5, and yes, I just recently learned this. Please don't judge me. Metaverse Festival is one of the many virtual concerts that we can expect to see in 2021 and heading into 2022 as virtual music festivals and virtual concerts become a more commonplace thing. Additionally, Engine is again partnering with Decentraland for the second annual NFT Decentraland Awards. The second edition of the program will celebrate the metaverse, honoring projects that are driving the future of human experiences through NFTs. The event will be hosted January 12th, 2022 in Decentraland. Earth2. It's been quiet for the last several weeks within the Earth2 platform, and while no major features have been released, there have been some noticeable changes, mainly in regards to the user experience. The Earth2 site has undergone some quality of life upgrades to the user interface. In addition, they've added a few new features and new options that seem to hint at expanded abilities in the near future. One such feature is an activity feed, where users can get a real-time glimpse of what other users are doing in Earth2, whether it be buying property, selling jewels, gathering ether, etc. Additionally, there have been some performance improvements in regards to the map view, and some additional highlight colors have been added to help identify property ownership on the grid. That said, we're still waiting for the major updates that will help Earth2 get to that level of other metaverse projects. We've heard rumblings of an SDK that was supposed to be released this fall, but the year's almost over, and if we don't see an SDK released by January, I sort of fear that the project's going to hit a point where it will have no chance of catching up to the other projects around it in the space. The other projects already are so far ahead of it, and they have huge plans for next year, plans that are so far advanced from what Earth2 is doing right now that I don't see a scenario in which Earth2 is able to succeed if they don't get this SDK out soon and start getting these build tools into their users' hands and really showing people what the potential of the platform is. People can only rely on possibilities for so long before they start migrating to other platforms that are showing actual potential. So I really hope the Earth2 team can get in gear and really release some of these tools in a timely manner to help, preserve the longevity of the application and hopefully prevent it from crashing and burning. In short, I do think the next couple months are going to be absolutely crucial for the success or failure of the Earth2 platform. I've said it before and I've said it again, the next end of the year or the next few months are going to be important. We're down to the last couple months. If something doesn't change here in the next 2 months, I do very much feel that the time is going to be up for Earth2 itself. What they'll do to combat that, I don't know, but nevertheless, it's just my assessment, it's my opinion here. I do very much think they are running out of time, so hopefully we can see some updates on the Earth2 front in the near future. Upland. Spirit Halloween themed NFT bundles have hit the virtual land trading platform, with options ranging from townhouses to ranch style houses and all the way up to a crate containing a whole host of gear. The Spirit Halloween partnership sees users getting the chance to score some limited edition NFT collectibles, including structures that they'll be able to place on their properties. Upland has added quite a few features to their platform over the last year, evolving beyond the traditional land trading platform that it initially started as. Users can now generate UPX on their lands, they can build buildings on their lands, they can collect NFTs in the form of legits. They have Halloween themed ones, they have NFL themed ones at this point. So obviously Upland is starting to garner some major attention. Not to mention, the user interface is much better than when it first started. Overall, I do think Upland's doing the right things to keep themselves fresh in the space. Whether or not they get to enjoy that long-term success down the road is to be determined, but right now, for just being a virtual land trading platform on blockchain, they're doing quite a good job. And it's very possible that that blockchain portion of it is the really important note, because Obviously, blockchain brings a level of ownership that I think is very desirable right now in the space. Nevertheless, it's really interesting to see Upland partnering with companies like this and continuing to further their success in such a dramatic fashion. So we're going to keep an eye on Upland here, see what new features they release over the next few months. I've actually been having some fun playing this on my phone. It's a nice time killer. Obviously, you can't spend too much time on it. You go in, check your UPX, maybe buy a few properties depending upon what you have. Nevertheless, it's fun. It's slightly engaging. It definitely has that Earth2 vibe to a degree. And I think if trading virtual land is something that you're interested in, if it's a hobby, if it's something you're enjoying, if it's just one of those game models that you just gravitated toward this year, then you'll definitely enjoy Upland. So if you haven't checked it out already, make sure to check it out. All right, guys, and the last update I had for this week was regarding Veve. And while it might be last, it is definitely not the least of the updates on this list. Veve had a massive week. So they kicked things off with the Loki Alligator drop, followed by the Ultimate Fantastic Four number 21 and Powers of X number 1 comics. They've also announced 2 drops for this weekend that look like they're going to be Marvel themed with a bit of a Halloween twist. In addition, they also dropped a whole host of new details about the Veve Master Collector program. It appears there are many rewards for social engagement within the app, so this is probably going to lead to an increased usage of the platform and of the app itself to help people meet those new requirements. Really interesting stuff in that regard. If you're wanting to learn more about the Veve Master Collectors program, I definitely recommend going to the Veve official Twitter and seeing the tweet thread that they posted yesterday that elaborates on it, as well as the Medium article that explains it in detail. To wrap that all up, what's probably the biggest news from the Veve platform to date was announced, and that was the announcement of their official partnership with Disney. This will see NFTs from the major Disney IPs enter the Veve platform, and I probably don't need to emphasize how huge this is for both Veve and NFT collectibles as a whole. Disney is an absolutely massive brand. There are so many IPs within the Disney umbrella that would just be massively successful on Veve or on any other platform itself, let alone on Veve. So the fact that Veve is so established already is impressive enough, but the fact that they've partnered with Disney is just putting things over the top here. I mean, if you don't have to believe me, you can go look at how Omi Token's doing since that announcement was made. Clearly, people are excited for this. I know I'm excited for this just because I know how many brands reside under the Disney umbrella. We're talking Star Wars, obviously all the Disney-themed stuff, Marvel, and everything in between. So really awesome stuff here from Veve, and this is perfect timing because they're getting ready to complete their Immutable X migration, which is going to see all of these collectibles enter the Ethereum network. And you know, once that happens, all bets are off. So really cool stuff here coming out of Veve. If you want to know any more information about the recent announcement, make sure to head over to their official Discord or check them out on their official Twitter page, where they post very consistent updates about not only drops but news going on within the platform itself. Alright guys, that was all I had for you this week. Again, I really want to thank you all for being patient while I didn't post a video last week. I tried to cover as much that I could and as much that I missed in that time frame in this week's video, so hopefully I accomplished that. If you liked this video, make sure to smash that like button. It does go a long way to helping with the YouTube algorithm, pushing this video out to people that want to see it or that maybe should see it. And if you like this content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. I really do appreciate that support. Other than that, I want to thank you all for checking out this video. I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday, an excellent weekend, and until next time, we'll see you soon.